Okay, hey guys, welcome once again to Market Insights Virtual Summit, second quarter of 2021. My name is Jeremiah, and I'm very honored to be your MC today. We are about starting the session in about 3 minutes. We have Jay obviously speaking for the very last session for the summit. If you guys have been here with us the whole day, first of all, I want to thank you for that. Thank you so much for supporting us all the way throughout all the sessions. I also want to introduce Alex. Alex is from MarketWise.
Hello, Alex here. I think some of you already attended quite a few sessions already, so you should already know me. And if you are already new to MarketWise Asia, and if this is the first time you are joining me the last session over here, my name is Alex from MarketWise Asia. Okay, I've been the one who is sending you guys all the emails and everything. Okay, so yeah, good to see every one of you here. Yes, and but by the way, right, how many of you actually attended the previous few session? Right, so if you guys have attended this session, and if you guys find value in all this session, please type the word value in the comments so that we know that you are understanding good stuff from us. Okay.
Yeah. I think it seems like most of them have been attending most of it. See, I think they all say valuable,
all right,
tiring.
so yeah.
But that's
okay, I see the all the things coming in already, the comments. Good to see everyone of you here, right? So again, if you haven't joined our MarketWise Facebook page, do remember to like our MarketWise Facebook page, because I often also do Facebook Live to share with you the market updates and the analysis as well. And I'm also a good friend of Jay. I also learned a lot from him. I always tease him and say that Jay is the stock guru. I always learn short-term trading from him as well. So we share ideas lah. So we are quite good buddies lah. Okay. So yeah, maybe Jeremiah, you want to take over the slides?
Yes, of course. So what I wanted to do, first of all, thanks Alex for that. Thank you for the introduction. I'm very excited to hear from Jay, but we'll talk about Jay in a bit. But I want to give everyone just a lineup of what's happening. So obviously this is the last session for the Market Insights Virtual Summit Day 1. Tomorrow on the 28th of March, we are doing our second day. There is also a whole lineup of speakers. If you guys are interested to find out who is speaking, all you need to do is just head on to our website and you can check out the program tab. There is all of the information available over there. Information on their details, etc. And as Alex has mentioned as well, Facebook, we do have quite a live and kind of engaging Facebook group and also a Telegram channel. Is mainly for us to kind of engage our community. We will share things like live streams, details about upcoming events. It's very, very useful if you want to kind of continuously try and learn and improve yourself as an investor, a trader. I think Alex will have shared the Facebook links as well, the Telegram.
Yes, posted in the comments.
Yeah, so just go ahead to the chat tab, and then you'll be able to find the links to go and join it. I'll highly encourage you guys to do that. It's very, very useful. Next up as well, one of our sponsors for the event is IG Asia, and we're very happy to be collaborating with them for a very, very exciting exclusive promotion. And this is where you will actually receive $100 of credits when you open a new account with IG. Now, this is something that I think is super, super useful, especially if you're starting out in your trading, investing journey, and you're selecting a platform at the moment, or maybe you want to switch from another platform to a new platform. Okay, so this is to take advantage of this exclusive promotion. All you need to do is you need to fund at least $500 into the account and make at least one trade within 30 days. Okay, and just be sure that this eligibility wise, all you need to do is this is available for people that are residing in Singapore. So you just need to have a Singapore residential address, and it has to be a new account opening. Okay, so Alex, I think we'll have also sent the link in the chat to access and find out more about this exclusive promotion by IG. Okay, so that's one of the things that I wanted to share. Next up is really exciting stuff. As I mentioned here at MarketWise, we are consistently, putting out good events, and our next event is happening in July on the 10th and on the 11th, and this is going to be the theme of a trend-following mindset. We have two very renowned speakers, Tom Basso, who is the founder of Trendstat Capital Management, and we also have Michael Covell, who is the founder of Trend Following. It's going to be a jam-packed day, just like today and just like tomorrow. And be sure to sign up for the event. All you need to do is click on the link in the chat that Alex has just sent, and you can actually access the registration details. You can find out exactly how to be a part of that event. All right, so that is our next and upcoming event. That's pretty much most of the announcements that I have. But for now, just before we get started with Jay's session, I just want to make sure that if you have any questions, be sure to ask them in the Q&A tab. And all of you will be able to find that at the bottom of your Zoom screen. You'll see the Q&A button. Just click over there and you can ask questions that Jay will be able to have a look at and also therefore be able to answer, okay? And if you guys are on your Zoom, make sure that you guys are joining us from your laptop or your desktop to ensure the best kind of viewing experience, okay? So without further ado, I would like to now introduce Jay. Jay, as Alex has mentioned, is obviously a good friend of Alex. A lot of insights, also known as the guru, as some people call him. But he has actually been investing and trading independently for the last 10 years, reading dozens of trading books, attending numerous training programs, and has been able to find his own consistency with success, right? He's very well versed in equities, options, and index trading, and has also built his own trading philosophy on the concept of consistency, which I think is very, very important, especially when you want to do trading for the long haul, right? I mean, it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. He's also, obtained the advanced certificate of training and assessment by WDA Singapore, and now as an ACTA certified trainer. So someone that has a lot of experience and a lot of insight that he can share about his own trading philosophy. He is also the founder of Swim Trading. So Jay, are you there? Maybe you can join us right now.
Hello, hi guys. Hi Jeremiah.
Hi Jay, hi Jay. So obviously we had a chat earlier. I think we're all ready and good to go. I'm personally very excited. I know you guys are excited as well. So with that, Jay, I'm gonna pass the time over to you, and you can take it away. Okay.
All right, thank you, Jeremiah, for the wonderful introduction. And thank you, MarketWise Asia, for organizing this Market Insights Virtual Summit every quarter. All right, guys, how are you guys? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you see me? If you can you just type a yes, type a hello? Hi, JJ, hello. So great. Let me just proceed to share my screen right now as you all type. So the reason why I always do this check, right, is because there was once, right, I didn't check and then I just went on for like 20 minutes. Then I realized I was on mute. And those people were like trying to reach me and saying, AJ, I cannot hear you. So I always do this check. Hello, hi, Charles, E, Eileen, Irene, Glenn, great, Benson, Belle, Elaine, great to see all of you. All right, so if you see me looking left and looking right, it's not because I'm distracted. It's because that's where the chat window is and that's where the Q&A is, okay? So as I know, I'm the last speaker for today, and I know some of you have been here since morning, okay? Kudos to you, and great that, it's great that, I still see you here, and I'm just going to make your last 1.5 hours with Market Insights Virtual Summit very worthwhile, because today I will be sharing with you how can you be profiting from momentum stocks with consistency amidst this current sector rotation. All right. So yeah, like Dan says, the ship got stuck. That's right. That's right. Okay, so guys, how many of you are hearing me for the first time? That means you have not attended any of my talk, any of my Facebook Live. You don't know even who I am. Okay, how many of you belongs to this group? Can you type me? First time, first time. Okay, great. Wilson, Calvin, Andy, Glenn, Mark, Stuart, Alice, Amelia. Okay. So I see there's quite a number of you that are seeing me for the first time. So let me give you a proper introduction. My name is Jay, and like Rainer, right? You know, Rainer is the keynote speaker. So like Rainer and I are the same age, lah. So we are the same age, and I'm also an independent trader, but my focus has always been on stocks. So I trade stocks, namely with a swing and positional nature. Then besides stocks, right, I also trade currencies, futures, and options as well. So this is what I do. And right now I'm broadcasting right out of this workstation that you see. Yes, I do run a 6-screen workstation, but to be fair, two screens are perpetually on like social media and drama lah. Okay, so I actually don't need so many. Just that, you know, at the time when I was setting up, right, fall a bit funny, and next time I want to expand and very troublesome, right? So one shot I just do 6. And that's the reason why I have these 6 screen stations lah. Okay, so this is what I do. And since 2017 and 18, I have been sharing publicly at physical events back then before COVID. So some of you that have heard me before, that have attended my talks before, you may have attended one of these sessions like Traders Fair, Invest Fair, Share Investment Outlook, etc. Okay, so basically this is what I do. This is who I am. Okay, great. So Dan is saying, yeah, my screen a lot more aeroplane screen. Yes, I need to see some data and some charts like as I trade. So I also do intraday trading, especially when the market is jittery, when the market is not going in a nice trending phase. So today, right, I want to break down all this market for you and to let you and give you clarity, most importantly, all right, to give you clarity on what is happening with the market right now, because I know the last 2 weeks, some of us that are trading the US market have been particularly very how do I put it, annoyed. Am I right? So this is where, right, we also feel a bit worried. How come we buy the positions and then it's not going up? How come it's like it go a bit up then come down already? How many of you have got this experience? Can you type me in the chat? Okay, so just so that I know, it's not just myself, it's not just some of the traders I know. See, so many people, right? Like Vincent. Hey, hi Vincent. Yeah, okay, the names are jumping too fast. Amanda, Benny. Yeah, so last 2 weeks, what happened, right, was we bought the stock and then we expecting it to fly and go like few months ago. But the fact is it didn't. It just went a bit. Worse still, right? It didn't go, we get in and then the stock starts to drop. And I was like, oh no. So what is going on exactly? And yet the market is not coming down. The market is still staying there. So what is going on? So today, the next 1.5 hours, okay, left about 1 hour, 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you and bring to you clarity. So this is what you can expect from me from the next 1.5 hour. And what I expect from you, just to be fair, let's do a trade, all right? I provide clarity, you provide me with your energy, attention, and participation. Is that a deal? If that's a deal, if you agree, can you type yes? Okay, so great, awesome. I love all your energy, man, despite that, it's already 4 p.m. in the evening. All right, so all right, let's get down to business. Okay, so I promise you, right, that if you stay right to the end, okay, I will have a special offer that I'll unveil later. So if you stay to the end, but meanwhile, let's focus on what you're here today for. All right, to get clarity, to get an idea on how can you find all these stocks and trade them with consistency. So maybe let's look at the numbers. Okay, so let's look at these numbers, and I would like to start off with this first question. Is the market overpriced now? Can you type your answer in the in the chat right now? How many of you think that the market is overpriced? You have me type a yes. If you think that the market is still cheap, you have me type a no. Okay, so let me see. Yes, no, depending on what market. Okay, the US market, yes, don't know. Tech is cheap, really. Some correction will be good. And most of the time, okay, most of the answers belongs to this group. Okay, most of the answer. And there are probably about a good mix of I'm not sure, I don't know, and no. Okay, so some of you do think that the market is cheap. So from a price breakdown, let's evaluate whether the market is overpriced or not. All right. So first thing first, right? This is one of the very raw and rudimentary way of measuring. Okay. So this method, right, is to look at the PE ratio. So can everyone type PE? Okay. Just type PE in the chat. So guys, if you're wondering how come every time you type, then you don't see your chat, is because you are sending it to all panelists. So under your chat settings, right, actually you can switch it to all panelists and attendees. Okay, so can I kindly get you all to help me make this switch it to all attendees, all panelists and attendees, so everyone can see your answer. And at any one point in time, like Jeremiah mentioned just now, if you have any specific questions and answer, just type it in the Q&A section so that it will be logged there. Later, I will cater enough time to answer all your questions. Okay, great. So from a PE ratio point of view, right, and I'm looking at the US market. The US market namely have three largest indices, right? So the first one will be Dow Jones. The next two will be NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500. So looking at the data, and this is captured just recently. In fact, this was just yesterday on the 26th of March. So the closing PE ratio of Dow Jones, right, is 29.27. So what does PE ratio means? This means that price over earnings. How much you are spending, okay, to earn $1. So this is effectively what PE ratio is measuring. If you have like, what the heck is PE ratio? So this is what it means. On the Dow Jones, right? So in this sense, right, guys, how much are we spending to earn $1 on across the Dow Jones Industrial Average companies? What is the value over here? Can you help me type it in the chat? Okay, we are spending $29, right? We are spending $29.27 on to just to earn $1. So indicatively, what is the yield? Okay, so if we take 1 divided by, literally I'm taking a calculator, divided by 29.27, we are getting an indicative yield of 3.41%. So on the Dow Jones, it is 3.41%. Then let's do the same calculation for NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500. Okay. So guys, if you can calculate faster than I do, right? Help me calculate what's the indicative yield for NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500. Then help me type it in the chat. Okay. So 1 divided by 37.55. This is about 2.66%. 2.66% on the NASDAQ. And then you will have 1 divided by 44.66. This is 2.24%. 2.24% on the S&P 500, 2.66 on the NASDAQ 100, 3.41 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So going by these numbers, right? Going by these numbers, is the market overpriced? Is the market overpriced? I mean, this is the $1,000,000 question, right? Because this will set the tone as to whether are we looking at a bull market to come, or whether are we looking at a stagnated market, or worse still, a bear market. So in this sense, right, exactly like declutter, special name. So still better than 10-year bond yield. Okay, so what is a fair comparison? When we are looking at stocks, then obviously a fair comparison will be bonds. So they are all directly correlated. So if stocks, right, is getting an average of 2.24% to 3.41%, then if you compare this to bonds, a 10-year bond is only getting you about 1.65%, thereabouts. 30 years is slightly above 2%, but that's too long. So if you compare this, right, the broad market to the safe haven, does it still have incentive for you to be in the market over, let's say, a safe haven instrument? Yes or no? Can you all type your answer in the chat? Let me know. Okay, very good. Yes. So is the market overpriced? To answer this question, logically looking at this, it is still attractive. Is it like crazily expensive? The answer is no. It is not that crazy expensive because there is still a good gap between what is your alternative. Like if you don't want to put your money into into the stock market, where are you going to put it to? You put it in bond, you put it in, somewhere else that gets you only 1 point something percent. So if you look at the indicative yield, right, it ranges and it is still a tad higher than the safe haven and then the other alternative instrument that you can get yourself into. So is the market overpriced? Right now is not. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is there is still some runway. Okay, there is still some runway to go. And currently we are not going to just fall off a cliff. Like what happened exactly 1 year ago? 1 year ago, because of the COVID crisis, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, immediately the market just nosedive down, right? Minus 35% in 19 days. And that the bottom of it was exactly 1 year ago. Okay, March 24th, 2020. So that was a bloodshed year and a very, very significant date. That's why I remember that. So the conclusion is we are no we are not yet in a market whereby it's overpriced, and there is still some runway left to go. Okay, so guys, if you can get what I say, right? Is it logical? Yes. If it is okay, can you just help me type a bull? Okay, bull. That means the current mode should still be bullish. It should not be bearish. Obviously, barring any, barring any actions that are being thrown from our side. Maybe they start a war, maybe China, US go to war, then economic warfare 2.0, etc. But barring all of that, right now, if you're looking at a price, it is still not yet for a very, it is not yet expensive. It is still relatively cheap. Okay, so guys, following, yes, good. So how many of you are hearing this for the first time? Like, you have never thought of analyzing the market from this way. Can you type me? How many of you have just wow, this is something new, leh? Can you type me? Okay, great. So this is the first of the many of the much of the value that I want to bring to you tonight. Okay, so this is the way that I approach the market as well. Logical first, and I always like to break down the market in numbers, and then you make use of number to tell me, or at least conclude from there, does it make sense or not? Okay, so guys, if any point in time, again, right, you got any question, just type it in the Q&A. There will be a Q&A button at the bottom. Just click on Q&A, type your questions there, because it will be locked down in the Q&A. Because if you type it in the chat, what will happen is the chat will just flow, and then I will miss your question. Then you will think, hey, Jay, don't like me, is it? How come don't want to answer my question? Okay, so it's not that I don't answer your question, right? Because sometimes if I miss it, means I miss it. All right, great. So Sam, let's say Sam now is asking, what's the range of yield to look before you consider overpriced? Look at the gap. Always consider what is the best alternative. If let's say now, for example, the yield drops to 2%, and then for safe haven, right, rise to 1.95%, for example, does it still give you, is it still as attractive? I put there, capital guaranteed 1.9%. I put here, so expensive, only got 2%. Which one will you put? I think that's a question that you can answer for yourself, right? There is no definite like right or wrong, but as the gap narrows, that's where the risk of the market tilting over will be higher. Okay, guys, all good? Yes? Okay, very good. So looking at this, right, the 10-year treasury yield, 1.62%. So the yield curve is still very, very healthy. It's still an upward sloping yield curve. So there is no implication. What upward sloping means, okay? So let me throw in a little extra, okay? So if you have this yield, right, can you see that 1 year ago, okay, 1 year ago, it is this blue color line, and currently is this black color line. So the yield have actually went up, correct? So why does yield goes up? The yield for a bond goes up is because there are lesser people buying bonds. So in short, right, there is an outflow of funds from the bonds. So people are largely selling bonds. So why? Because when you sell bonds, right, literally your price of bond will be lower. The coupon that they pay out will still be the same amount. So for example, if the bond goes from $100 to $95, while the coupon payout it is still $5, then guess what? $5 of $100, the yield is 5%, correct? But right now, they are still paying $5. But if you got the bond at a cheaper price, $95, your yield is going to increase, probably 5.5% or etc. So this is why, right, if you see the yield increasing, the correlation is people are shifting out from bonds. So is this a good sign for the stock market? The answer is yes. Once again, why? Because when they shift the money out of bonds, meaning they are on the look for what? They are on the look for returns. So besides the stock market, you have other asset classes as well. You have commodities, you have now cryptocurrencies, all very different one. Although it's not a direct one-to-one shift, but it signifies that the money is flowing into other asset classes. Okay. So this is how to calculate. YC is asking, how do we calculate the yield? You just take the P ratio. You literally just take 1 divided by the PE ratio that you see just now. Then indicatively, you will get 0.32 or something. Then yeah, this is the percentage lah. You multiply it by 100. That's the percentage. So is it possible, like Mark is asking, is it possible to profit from options, buying call and put only, not even considering? Well, that is determined by what you are going to do with this instrument. Okay. So like like for example, can I eat this bowl of noodle with fork, or can I eat it also with chopsticks? Well, depending on what you are good with. If you are good with using chopsticks, then by all means, chopstick will do. But if let's say you're not comfortable with chopsticks, then you use a fork. You still can eat the bowl of noodle. Okay, so that's probably yeah, it has to be more specific. Anyway, also can make money if you know how to use it. Okay, so from the morning talk, the 10-year bond yield is on a longer term, appears to be downtrend. If so, the incentive to stay in equity is there. For the long term, I cannot say that much. For the long term, nobody knows what is going on in what will go on in the long term. However, in the short term, as far as price is concerned, which later I will move much deeper into the price analysis and how what to make sense of what kind of stocks that we should be looking at to buy and to sell. Okay, so right now in the short term, by the short term I mean the next few months, it still looks rather attractive based on the snapshot that we have right now. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. So, and Andy asked a very interesting question: why stock fall recently? It's because everything that goes up must have a window for it to come down. It's just fair. Is the market don't just go up in one way. I have been trading the market for the last 10 years. I have seen market that have gone up. I have seen market that has gone sideways for like 9 months, 2015. It doesn't go anywhere. Then I have seen market like the last 4 years, right? You buy what? Close to eye, it will go up already. Okay. So it's a very different type of market and it's just normal. Don't expect everything you buy will move on. Okay. So this is just part and parcel of this trading business. Okay. So great. So guys, so far so good. Is it okay? Are you getting some form of clarity from here? If you are, can you just type clarity for me? Okay. Now I know why Alex put me as the last speaker, because I tend to be like an energizer. I talk very fast, right? Then I just very hype up, right? Okay, great. So now, right, today, right, now that we have determined whether this market is still bullish or bearish, let's look at the approach for the market. So there are basically two types of approach. One is the top-down approach, okay, and another one is the bottom-up approach, the BU approach, okay? So out of these two, right, BU and top-down, guys, which one do you think we should use? The top-down approach or the bottom-up approach? Can you type your selection in the chat? So yeah, BU or TD. Can you just type it in the chat? Let me know. Okay, very good. So bottom-up approach, that means we look at the stocks first, then we start to zoom out, then we start to see, oh, what's happening at the industry level, what's happening at the sector level, what's happening at the economy level. And often, right, with such an approach, like the bottom-up approach, which I don't recommend, just visualize you doing this, okay? You are just limiting yourself, your vision to this, and then you are just trading the stock. You have no idea of what is coming by the side, no idea of what's coming by the back, all right? So from a top-down approach, what you're doing is essentially removing all those limitations. You have a broad eye view, you know what is coming on, then you zoom down further, then you zoom down further, and finally to the company that you are looking at. So this is the approach that I personally favor, and this is the approach that I personally use. So obviously I don't go and analyze the economy, okay, because I'm a trader, I'm not a market analyst. So I think in the morning you have you have IG representative, I think Margaret. So they can make they are always coming from a more macro perspective. For me, right, I'm a trader. I follow the price. Okay, I do not want to bury myself into the analysis, the analytical side of things where wow, everything just analyze and find the why. I rather focus on the how, because even if I know the why, so what? Maybe I just sound smarter than somebody else, but I want to make money. At the end of the day, I'm a trader. So what do I do with this information? That's the important thing, the how. Okay. So guys, if you agree, can you type how in the chat? Okay, HOW. So I will be looking at the market first, then come down to the sector / industry, then finally to the individual company. So this is to ensure, right, that I am not going against the flow. I am with the flow, because just like if the water is going this way, right? You don't swim against the water. If you go against the water, you need to put in a lot of effort, and you may not even overcome the directional force that's pushing against you. So likewise, if the money is flowing into the market or flowing out of the market, your mere thousands, hundreds of thousands will not be able to stop it. In the financial market, unless you have like got 9 zeros, then yes, you can stop whatever you want. You can start whatever you want. Because if you have got like a billion, right, you buy whatever thing, the thing also will go on, right? But if we are just having thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands committed to a position, it is not enough. So our job, it is to follow the main direction, which is following the trend. Okay, so guys, can you help me type trend in the chat? Okay, help me type trend in the chat. So this top-down approach will make sure that we are more or less aligned in this same direction as where the majority of the flow is going. So we do not want to swim against it. Okay. So just now, I think Andy is asking a question. Declutter is saying, unless we band together like Reddit, maybe on Reddit can, but if you try this on Hardware Zone, which is like Singaporean base, cannot. We are all complain and complain and complain and run. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. Okay, now, why, just now Andy is asking a very good question. Why is the market not going up? Besides the fact that market can go up and down, it is down to this thing called sector rotation. Okay, can everyone type SR in the chat? Okay, SR representing sector rotation. So this is the sector rotation model that if you go and Google it, you can find on stockcharts.com. But let me make some sense out of this whole rotation for you. All right. So looking at now, first and foremost, we have the market line. So this, let me change to this color. So over here on the red color, this is the market line. So market means the broad market, like S&P, like Dow Jones, etc. So that's the broad market. And then on the blue color over here, this is the economy line. Okay, so guys, I want to ask you a very interesting trivia. Which do you think comes first? Okay, who leads the other? Is it a market leading economy or economy leading the market? Can you type your answer in the chat? If you think the market is leading, type M. If you think economy is leading, type a E in the chat. Market. Peter says economy, somebody, okay? Majority of you says the market. Correct. Okay. So thank you for your participation and wonderful energy. I love this. So looking at this, the market always leads the economy. Okay. So guys, get this. The market will always leads the economy, because if we look upon this like a timeline, right? This is time 0. This is time 1. Okay. So moving across like this, right? Which one comes first? Obviously, the market will go first. Then the similar phase in the economy will then follow. So how far away is this gap? How far away? Typically, it can range somewhere like between 6 and 18 months. So to be safe, okay, from the top to the top or bottom to bottom, we are looking at a period of about 12 months. Okay, guys, clear? If you are clear, can you type number 12 for me? So why is the market leading this economy? Let me put in a more layman analogy that I think you can understand. So most of us are working adults. Yes, most of us are full-time employees, right? So imagine, just imagine this. Today, you receive a news saying that next year, okay, early next year, your company may go through some restructuring. Your company may go through some, leaning and some exercise to lean down the workforce. You get what I mean, right? So what would you do? What would you do? If you know that few months down the road, maybe your company won't even be there, what would you do? Will you wait until the exercise begins? Then you, okay lor, you retrench me lor, then I go and look for a job. Or you will start looking for a job now. How many of you will look for a job right now? Can you just help me type now in the chat? So it makes sense, right? You will start to look for things to do now, right? I'm not going to stay here and wait until next year before I go and I go and switch a job. It doesn't make sense, ma. So the market, it is a forward pricing mechanism of the economy. So this is where the two of them are linked together. So right now, if we look at this, right, the traditional model will also tell us that at different stage of the market, be it whether we are near the market top or the market bottom, then we will be looking at certain sectors performing better in this rotation model. Okay, so last year, is this very familiar? Is this familiar to you guys? So last year, right, we have a huge run in technology. Agree? If you agree, can you type tech? Okay, can you type tech for me? So last year we have a huge run in technology. Industrials are recovering post COVID-19. So companies like DE, Deere & Co, Caterpillar, these are my favorite companies. Then you have Boeing, you have all those that are recovering later. So these are the sectors that were running last year, right? And then have you all tracked what is leading recently? Have you all tracked what is leading this recently? Because just now we have established that it is a bullish trend. Am I right? So we also want to know how much further of a runway do we have? We still have some runway, but is this runway like short, or is it like, okay, not so short? Or is it like, hey, we still have many years left? So this is the model that at least can shed some light to us. And by looking at where the economy is, right? By looking at where the economy is. So guys, don't worry about where I get all these things, because later I will go and do a live walkthrough of this whole process so that you gain even better, clarity and value out of this session. Okay, so over here, right, we can see that last year, because of the COVID pandemic, then we went into a recession. Okay, we went into a recession because consecutive 2 quarters of GDP contraction. And by the way, I'm looking at US market, not the Singapore one or the Malaysia one. So this is just US market. We went into a contraction and then it rebounded. And where does this correspond on the whole sector rotation model? So guys, do you all think we are at full recession, or do you think we are more nearer towards early recovery? Which one, FR or ER? Can you all type your selection and put it in the chat? Very good. Very good. Okay. ER. I think nobody will argue with the fact that right now we are at ER. So according to this model, right, ER means that we are depending on how early is it lah? Is it early or early late lah? So if it's early late then we will be at the market top already. But if let's say we are here, let's say we will be looking at a transition that these are the companies that will be leading. Okay, these are the sectors that technically should be leading lah. But of course, this is just the model itself on textbook. Things on textbook don't always work 100% in real life. Like for example, last year, technology became much of a staple, isn't it? Without technology, we will not be able to work. How many of us work from home and then we were forced to digitalize and adopt technology? How many of us use Zoom in our meetings? How many of us use Google Meet, use WebEx, etc.? So technology seems to become a staple. But looking at how all the different sectors behave, right, we will then be able to infer which phase of the market we are in right now. So this is what we are going to move into. Okay, so how is the transition between each phase of rotation? There is no fixed transition phase. Sometimes it can be swift. Like, last year, the market correction just came like that. Why? Because COVID also came like that, right? So there is no one fixed situation. It is always dependent, but most of the time, it takes a few months. Okay, it's just like a tanker. It's not able to stop and then turn 90 degree. And you see, turn 90 degree in a Suez Canal, then what happens? Stuck lah, correct? So you cannot just U-turn like a vehicle, like a car. It will take some time to slow down. It will take some time to turn and change direction. Okay, so this is what the model tells us. So let us track how the market has been performing since 1 year ago, shall we? So this over here, right, we are looking at 1 year and then 6 months. So you see 1 year ago, right, the S&P 500 increased by, so this is the baseline, okay? So this is the baseline. So can everyone type base, okay? Just help me type base, meaning we are always comparing it to the market. So the S&P 500 baseline goes up about 58%. Which are the companies that, rather, which are the sectors that outperform? In fact, XLC, XLY, discretionary energy. Then we are looking at financials, then industrials, materials, and then technology. So these are the ones that are leading. So when it comes over to 6 months, so 6 months, this is 6 months ago. If we look at this, right, just from August last year, we would see some form of rotation. So this is where you can see energy, right, didn't pick up until middle last year. Can you see? 6 months ago, this last 6 months performance is 63%. So it is a huge part. Okay, it is a huge part of this whole growth in the last year. So which are the ones that are so Staples was a strong performer. Then it was finally it rotated out because in the last 6 months it only grew by 6.9%. So can you all get this correlation and what I'm drawing over here? I'm tracking, right, between the different sectors, how they have performed in different period of time, so that I know, okay, this is strong here, this one not so strong moving forward. This one not so strong now becomes stronger. Can you all see what I'm doing here? Yes. If you can see, can you type a yes for me? Okay, so real estate, not so much. Real estate has been there. And technology, if you take a look at it, right, technology was strong the whole year, but in the last half year, right, it only grew by 13%. And so most of the growth, right, was from the COVID pandemic. Okay, most of the growth was from there. It is not from now. Okay, so looking at something that is more recent. So if we look at year to date, that means 2021 onwards, and then the last month. So this is something that is more applicable because year to date, we can see energy is strong. Okay, energy is strong because of the oil prices. Oil prices have been going up as well. Well, guys, if you're in Singapore and you drive, I think you get what I mean, right? If you go and pump unleaded 98 right now, it's like, goodness, it's like 290 per liter. $2.90 Sing dollars, okay, per liter. That's crazy. So over here, right, we can see industrials. Okay, industrial, the last month have been very strong. Okay, the last month have been very strong. Staples have been very strong as well. Okay, in the year to date it was lagging. It was lagging, then suddenly last month it shot up. And what else? Utilities are strong as well. So utilities was lagging the starting of the year. The last month, everything was rotating into these sectors. Then anything else? Let me take a look. Financials, not so. This one, not so. Yeah. So practically, it's just staples, industrials, and utilities. And this is for the last month. And even let's say, materials. Okay, a large part of the movement are from where? Are from the last month. Okay, more than half of this movement are from last month. Okay, so guys, can you all see this? Yes. If you can see, can you help me type out this few? XLP, XLI, XLB, and XLU. The reason why I keep asking you to type, pardon me, is not to irritate you. It's so that you will understand. You will remember lah, things that you type, right? You will remember, and after all this 1.5 hours, you will know that, oh, okay, we look at 4 sectors. These are the 4 sectors that are rotating in right now. So if you want to track the rotation, okay, if you want to track the rotation, is there any like a 2 1-shot can tell you, unless you create one yourself, then can lah. But for me, right, this is how I look at it. I track the movement across the different sectors and how it tells me lah, what it tells me. Okay, so the bar get longer. Okay, we ignore the bar lah. The bar is according to the scale. Okay, so this one, the scale is here. So this is 39. This is about 30%. So that's why everything is squashed. So it's according to the scale. We don't care the bar lah. Okay, we look at a percentage. Okay, so now these are the sectors that are rotating in. So let me put back to this model. Okay, let me put back to this model. Just so what did your type? Your type XLP, right? Okay, so your type XLP, staples, industrials, materials, and utilities. So by looking at this, right? Where is material? Material is here. Where is industrial? Industrial is here. Basic material is here as well. And staples. So can you see staples is over here? So staples will be here until here lah. All right. So it does have a little bit of overlap. And after that, utilities is just a safe play. That's towards the end. But can we all now agree that we are largely in this area, and it is again reinforced by the sectors that are rotating in right now. Okay, this is very important. Okay, this is in fact the most important message that I want to give you in this sharing session. Okay, so guys, can you all see this rotation happening, and how do I make sense of this rotation? Yes, if you can see this rotation, can you help me type a rotation? So at least I know you learned something today. And let me drink some water first. Eye-opening. Okay, so utilities is just a safe haven play because right now the market is coming down. Utilities is in a defensive sector, so therefore it is leading the S&P 500 right now. So this is my view on it. All right. So market leads economy equals to speculation. A question by Peter. No, not so. Market leads economy because it is a forward pricing mechanism. Okay, it is not punting. In a sense, it is a little bit, but it is always a forward pricing mechanism. We will take action today based on what we think tomorrow. Just like, why do you buy a stock? Because you think that tomorrow or the day after or sometime in the future, the price will be higher than what it is today. That's why you buy. If I tell you guarantee you buy now, 10 years later, the price will come down. Will you buy or not? None of you will buy. Right now, it just makes sense, right? This is just behavior. Okay, this is just behavior. So Kenny, examples coming to that. Okay, later in the live examples, I'll come to that. So over here, okay. So this so far, guys, am I giving your value? Yes. If I am, if you are happy with what you have received, can you help me type happy or help me type a value so at least I know I'm on the right track, because that's what I want to deliver tonight. Okay, tonight now. Okay, great. So this is how I track, and visually, this is how you can put them all into comparison like this. Okay, you can put all them into comparison. So we can see clearly, yesterday what happened was that the S&P 500 closed very, very strongly. And this is whereas these are all the ETFs, by the way. If you're wondering like what am I looking at, right? These are all the ETF, the comparison chart. Looking at this, S&P 500 shot up. So it is right now up. And which is the strongest? Well, if I were to rank which is the strongest, right? Number one, I will look at the gradient and the movement. So I think, guys, which one do y'all think is the strongest? Can y'all name your pick and type it in the chat? Can you type it in the chat? So Christine, usually how long from bull market to bear market? No definite time one. Usually it's about 10.5 years, but this last bull market has been running for like 12 years already. Very good. Okay, guys. So staples, this is number one. Real estate. Okay, real estate is also all-time high. So real estate is kind of strong as well. So I would say this is there. Then followed by, I think here, materials. This is all-time high as well. This is also there. Then healthcare. XLV is healthcare. This is still in a downtrend, recently breakout of the downtrend. So this is considered okay. Okay. So the rest are just there lah. So which one we should not be looking? Technology. Don't look at technology lah. It's still a lower low, lower high. So technology, we can write it off. If we look at communications, which includes Google, Disney, what else? Facebook, Twitter, they're coming down despite the market going up, right? You can see the market is just flying up, and then these are the companies that are still coming down. So don't look at these lah. My favorite company, give you a small hint. My favorite company is here. That's my favorite company. Rotation into utilities not as strong as you think, because you can see utilities have not yet broke to an all-time high. Financials, utilities, the rest are just there lah. Okay, so this is what I use, right, to track the strength, okay, the strength or the performance of the different ETF. And usually don't need to look too far lah. Just look at about 3 months. So just look at 3 months comparison. Roughly, you will know which is stronger, which is not so strong. So this gives you an idea where the money is rotating into. So with this said, right? Okay, so guys, do you think this visual representation is better? Yes. If you think this is better, can you help me type strength in the chat? So staples, real estate consists of largely REITs. So I'm not so keen on US REITs. So I'm not so keen on that. Property management companies, they are in there as well. So I'm not so keen on real estate. So looking at this, right, in fact, the choices that I will be looking at right now, it will be materials, utilities, industrial. These are the ones that are strong lately. Healthcare just have got a recent new breakout. I will be looking at this as well. So you realize, right, these are all the what, these are all the safe haven stocks. Do you agree? So staples like your shampoo, Colgate Palmolive, you have Procter and Gamble. Regardless of what the economy is doing, you still need to shower, right? You still need your shampoo, right? Okay, and just like me, I need my hairspray. If not, my hair cannot stand. Okay, healthcare. Regardless of what is happening, you need it. Industrial, yes, it tends to go with the economy, but it has been strong since last year. So we might see a spillover effect since last year, a backlog of projects, etc. Materials, okay, materials. This is also safe, also like a more defensive sector. Okay, a more defensive sector. So this is how I track lah. And how often do I look at this? I already have a habit of looking at this every single day. That explains why I need a few monitors lah. Okay, not that I see more things. It's just I don't like to alternate tab. I find it very waste of time lah. Okay, the productivity not there. So I just like to leave it on one screen. Then this is how I track visually. And this is what you can be doing as well. And every day when I fire up my platform, I will be looking at charts like this one. So at least I know, okay, where should I be looking at? And if you track them long enough, you literally can go through the rotation. Okay, you literally can track the sector rotation as it is happening. If you track this every day, just like I do. Okay, I look at this every day. Every day I can see, oh, okay, here is strong, here not so strong. Hey, this one got fresh breakout. So what should I be doing? That gives me my next trade idea. So guys, how many of you have your portfolio of stocks or your positions affected, let's say in the last 2 weeks? How many of you was affected? If you don't mind sharing, can you just type me in the chat? Okay, great. So the answer to your woes, right, or your worries are like, hey, why buy never go up? It's because my best guess is you are likely not looking at staples, you are likely not looking at industrial, you are likely not looking at materials, because these are the sectors that are rotating in. Okay, so Damien is asking, how does knowing rotation post event? Obviously post, you depending post how long lah. If you like post 1 day, still early lah, because money when they flow, right, they don't just flow in then next day come out already. We're talking about trillions. We cannot just in and out directly on. Okay, so when money flows, it takes a while to correct. It's just like a massive tanker. Okay, it doesn't just stop immediately. It doesn't turn immediately. It takes a while. Okay, it takes a while. So usually don't happen like, hey, today I rotate here, tomorrow rotate the other side. It doesn't happen that way lah. Usually when rotation happens, it is slowly okay, it's slowly and shifting on. All right, so that's a question for Damien, and let me look through some of the questions. Jen is asking, what are some signs and evidence that money flows into lagging sectors and start reversing of the leading sectors? Well, Jen, this is how you can do it. Okay, from visual perspective, like for example, if we look at healthcare, right, healthcare was not doing so well lah. Okay, until recently just have a breakout. How did I know? Yesterday we have a breakout. How do I know this? Because I'm looking at the chart. So simple as that. Okay, so just track this. Okay, just track this. And will I share how this chart can be shown? Oh, on any charting platform it can show on. So you can use TradingView. For me, this one is TD Ameritrade. you can just divide them into different boxes, and this is how you track lah. All right. So rotation will last how long? Again, if I know the question, right? If I know the answer to this question, I will be the richest man in the world. I wouldn't know lah. You just have to track lah. All right. Okay. Great. So I see that you all got a lot of questions. Gold, commodities. What tool do I use to track the money flow to different sector? Come, let's go into that. Okay, let's go into that. Very good question by Yi. So this is another one, another website that I use. So for those of you that are following me for a while on my series of Facebook Live, I do conduct regular Facebook Live. You would have known that this is one of the sites that I use to track in the top 10 performance lah. So I'm ranking it according to the month. And as you can see over here, dry bulk shipping is definitely the top. And then moving down, right? What are the leading sectors? Let's say we draw the first half lah. We have cash cow. What is cash cow ETF? Okay, I never see that before. Small cap is there. Small cap is there. Home builders. This is another industry or a group that we can be looking at. Then we have utilities that are coming up. Home builders as well. ITV and XHB, they are the same home builders. VIX, let's not care about that. Consumer staples, they are also here. So largely these are in line lah. Okay, if we look at the top 10 behavior of the market, top, maybe not 10 lah, but the top half lah. Okay, largely we have we can see a common theme. Okay, guys, we have utilities, we have small cap, and then we will have home builders. These are the ones that are already rotating in, and yeah, thereabouts. Then of course those that are utilities is still here. Transportation, high dividend. Retail is another one that has been very resilient in this period. Okay, so retail is one that is very strong. So yeah, what website is this, right? Don't worry, I will go. Okay, I will go into live demo for this. I'm not so bad lah. Just give you one, one screenshot. Then, hey, where'd you get the data? I will show you everything. Okay, I will show you everything. So guys, so far, okay. Are you getting clarity? If you're getting clarity, can you type a C for me? If you are getting value, can you type a V for me? Awesome, clarity and value, great. So what do you do after you get all this? What do you do after you get the sector? So this is the framework that I use for myself. So the first step, right, is literally to find all the strong stocks, find where the money is flowing into, find all the strong sectors. Then we follow the money, because the money we are talking about here is 9 zeros. It's not like our money. Even we pull all the money together in this webinar together, I don't think we barely scratch 1 billion. Okay, so this is where we find the strong sectors, and then after that we will go to qualify. We will qualify, and then we will choose. After we choose based on fundamentals, then we will look at the price. So let me maybe clarify my stance also, because for myself, right, I am 80% technicals. I'm 80% technicals because I look a lot at the price. How does the price behave? At the end of the day, it is my belief that when I buy a certain thing, the price have to make sense. If the price doesn't make sense, then I'm not going to buy it. So most of the time, I will be waiting for the right price. So my approach is 80% technicals, and then 20% all other things like fundamentals, cyclical, and so on and so forth. So most of my majority of my decision will be on TA. Okay, so guys, okay, so tell me type a TA to ensure that okay, we are on the same page. Because if you ask me about, Jay, what's your outlook on this? What's your outlook on that? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm clueless on, you ask me like outlook. Maybe you can ask Margaret, you can ask Terrence. You ask them about outlook lah. But you ask me, I can probably tell you this price will be attractive. I'll be looking to buy here. So this is my style lah. Okay, so ask me the right questions. Then finally, I'll calculate the risk, which is my size lah. Because if you go too big, right, then what happens is when the market don't go your way, then you feel very stressed. Agree? So size is very important. How much you buy. You don't feel so confident, you trade small. You feel not say few lah, if everything all lines, all stars align, right, we still also have to bear in mind the size. We cannot over trade. Agree? So guys, if you agree, can you type size? Because this is very, very important. A lot of people, right, just over trade. They oversize their trade and then end up they lose, right? They feel so pain, then they stress and all that. Okay, so do we chase outperforming industry? Well, going to that. So after that, then we do live trade. As in after that, then we will trade after this whole flow chart, right? This checklist, these 5 steps, the TS square framework. What we do is after that, we will just go and execute the trade. Okay. So keep your questions coming. Because right now we are moving into the case study. So this is the website that I'm using. So the PU, you can see I will post this onto the chat as well. I'll post this in the chat. This is where I get a PE, and you can see the PE just now I show you was updated. So remember, you are looking at you just take 1 divided by this number. Okay, you will get the indicative U. Okay, the indicative U. So this is how you do. Okay, so this website is over here. Then the health of the economy, this is where I get my information from. So all this are readily available, you can find one. Okay, it's not like some proprietary information that you can't find. It's as long as you know where to find, you can find all this information. Under GDP growth rate, so if you click on the chart itself, you can see that this is exactly where I get this. You can track even 25 years, how has the market performed? Like you can see last year, it took a nosedive and then it rebounded back. 2008, it nosedive and then it rebounded back. So you have everything over here. So this is trading economics. And then you have the PE ratio over here, WSJ markets. And this one. Okay, so this is the ETF performance. This is the ETF screen. Just go to the etfscreen.com under performance. We will be able to get that. So usually what I do, right, is I will sort by 1 month performance lah. So 1 month performance will tell me which are the ETFs that are stronger. So this approach again is top down. Why? Because I look at the ETF is of a certain theme. Then I will look at the holdings. Then I will be looking at the holdings. So that's why I can see retail. Retail is coming back up. So retail over here is coming back up. The relative strength is quite okay. Small cap, they are back also as well. Small cap, they are here. Home construction and builders, these two have performed quite nicely for the last 1 month, right? So now that we know money is flowing into this, then the next question to ask is, what price do we want to buy them in? Okay, I'm not going to short sell this. Why? Because money is evidently flowing in. That's why the performance is increasing. The performance is getting good. So I'm not going to throw my thousands of dollars against billions of dollars coming this way. I throw thousands hoping to stop it. That's being insane, right? Agree? So these are the stocks that we can be looking at right now. Okay, these are the stocks that we can be looking at right now. Sector rotation, just go and Google it. It will come out. First page, everything come out already. Okay. So guys, so far clear. Yes, if you are clear, can you type a C for me? Okay, very good. So right now, as what we have covered in the last 1 hour, okay, what we've covered in the last 1 hour is that we have identified the sectors that are performing, because at the end of the day, right, what we want is we want to be able to make use of the framework. Okay, we want to be able to make use of this framework. We know where to be looking at first. So that's where we will deploy our money. Then we put them through some filters to make sure that, okay, out of all this selection, right, this seems to be the cream of the crop. This seems to be the better of those. Then I put my money in those. Then I will wait for a price that makes sense, and then I will buy in. So this approach over here, it is a flow chart, okay? As what the arrow suggests here, it is a flow chart. You cannot just, hey, I find straight away I buy lah. You find and then you straight away buy, then end up, you know, what will happen? Bye lah. Okay. So we have to make use of this flow chart. And right now we have identified quite a fair bit like ITB, home builders. So if we look at the chart for ITB, right? If we look at the chart for ITB, fresh breakout just yesterday. Very nice trend. So guys, do you agree that this trend is very nice? Is it a very nice trend? Yes. If you agree, can you type yes? So let me type this in here as well. Okay, very healthy uptrend. Very healthy uptrend. And yesterday just have a fresh breakout. Then if you look at XHB, it's the same, right? XHB is the same. So what are some of the constituent companies in the in this ETF? Well, I have been tracking this ETF for a while, so I know them by heart. If you look at Toll Brothers, okay, Toll Bros is over here. You look at Beauty Home, I think, PHM Beauty Group. Okay, this is here as well. Then Lena Corp, they are here as well. So just go and do what, you know, guys. Don't let me spoon feed you. Go and search also. Okay, you just go and type in XHB or ITB. Okay, ITB, XHB components. You will look at one whole list of stocks that you have not seen before. Because I know most of you will be looking at Tesla. Most of you will be looking at what? JD lah, then Plantier. You'll be looking at Virgin Galactics. You will be looking at all sorts of all these very hype up stocks lah. And for me, right, you'll be thinking, how did Jay come up with all this funny stock? Like I never hear before one. How come got TOL? How come got LEN? How come got PHM? Like for example, right now, Altria is going as well. Altria is a tobacco company, MO. How come these companies are going and then they are not on the news? Because this is my style. I like to trade stocks that are not on the news. I never like to get myself involved in all those very, very hot stocks. Then and if you look at the price, it doesn't make sense because right now it's just downtrend. So if you ask me the question like, Jay, Tesla can buy or not? I don't know. Up to you lor. You think it's cheap enough, you buy lah. I have my own analysis of what price will I buy in. If it reaches to that price, then I will buy in. If not, sit out lah, because there's so many other stocks that are going right now. Okay. So this is Lena Corp. So again, back to this process. This is the ETF. This is the ETF screen. So guys, do you all know how to use this ETF screener? So it just gives us a source. Okay, it doesn't give us like, wow, this is the holy grail, immediately can buy. Agree? If you agree, can you type ETF for me? Okay, if you agree, type ETF for me. This is just a source for you to find. After find already, you still need to do something, man. Okay, doesn't mean find already, close two eye, then you buy. Please, doesn't work like that, man. If trading works so simply, right, then everybody don't need work already. Correct or not? Everybody come and join me to be a full-time trader. Right? Okay, great. So this is etfscreen.com. And another site that I'm looking at, right, like this is the sector SPDR. Brian, if you want to buy the ETF, can. No problem. I'm not saying you can't. You can. But I'm using the ETF to look for the constituent stocks as well, because I want to know my options. I don't want just to, I only can choose one. But now instead of one, behind this one actually got 10 others. Which is better? Which makes more sense in terms of a price performance? Then I buy from there. Correct or not? Make sense, guys? Yes? So this sector SPDR, right, is a sector tracker. And yesterday we can see that what was the sector that led the overall market. Overall market, this is the baseline, exactly as how I showed you just now. This is one day, yesterday. Energy is leading, materials is leading, real estate is leading, technology is snapping back. But technology, I am not so keen to look at it right now because it is in a downtrend. So I don't want to be looking at technology. So looking at this, right, we have all the defensive industry that are in play lah. Okay, all the defensive ones. Staples is like, okay lah, there and not there lah. Okay, so these are all the defensive industry. So is the market really out of the blue right now? Is it like, wow, I am already in all the way back to all-time high and ready to fly. Is that so? I am having my reservation. Why? Because of what I've shared with you throughout this last 1 hour. Because number one, if we look at a sector rotation model, materials, staples, energy, they are leading. Okay, they are leading. It tells me that, hey, we might be near the market top. And then number two, okay, when I say might be, doesn't mean we don't have a runway. It just tells me at the back of my head when I'm taking the trade, my runway is no longer that long. My runway is slightly shorter a bit. Still got runway, but slightly shorter. Okay, we may be somewhere near here. So this is to really make sense of what I just shared with you. I don't just want to, bombard you with all the information until, wow, he talked so much. I don't know what he talked about. Okay, so guys, Ken, okay, Ken, so now we are here, and then I look at does the fact reflects the thing that I mean from that model? Kind of, because if we look at staples, we look at energy, it seems to be reflecting what is shown in the model. So I know that my runway is no longer that long. So how do I find those stocks that are in these companies? Well, how do I find them? You can go up over here, you click on either one. Like for example, one of my favorite, if you want to look at staples, right? I remember just now one of you asked staples. Staples. Okay, so staples over here, you want to know what stocks goes inside? You go to the portfolio. So once you're at the portfolio, you can see Procter & Gamble, KO, Pepsi, Walmart. So just to put them onto a chart. So let me just put it one side like that. So you have PG. See, PG is bottoming out and then coming back. KO, this is the one that is just flying. Pepsi, it's over here as well. So Walmart over here, MDLZ, Mondelez. This is definitely one strong stock as well. Okay, I have my lines there. This is the stock that I'm looking at. Altria is going. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they feel stressed, then they need to smoke more. I don't know. Okay. Philip Morris. All these are up there. Colgate Palmolive. Just finishing a bottom and then just coming out. So guys, can you now see what you have just acquired in 1 hour? Okay. What do you acquire from me, or what did I share with you in just the 1 hour? You solve a very large fundamental problem, right? Instead of chasing blind, instead of following those very hot stocks. So what are hot stocks? Hot stocks are stocks like Tesla, stocks like Baba, then stocks like Plantier, GME, GameStop, etc. These are hot stocks. Okay, guys, help me type hot. Okay, help me type hot. These are the hot stocks. And from today, what I want for you, okay, what I want for you is change your approach from the hot stocks to the strong stocks. Right? Change your approach from the hot stocks to the strong stocks. So guys, help me type strong. Help me type strong in the chat. So strong stocks are the ones like this. And how do I come up with this? I look at sector rotation. I look at the top-down approach. And then it finds me stocks like PG, KO, finds me stocks like DE, Caterpillar. So let me just show you where DE is. It is as a stock that is brilliant, okay? Okay, so guys, is this brilliant? Can you see how brilliant is this? Any smarter, it can overtake Jarvis on Avengers already. Look at this. From the bottom last year, all the way to the highest point just recently, 257%. And why I say I love this? Why? Because, in fact, if you have been following me on my Facebook Live for a while, you realize that this is the stock I keep saying. Okay, my students know all this as well. Why? Because this is a stock that's very predictable. I like the stocks that are very measured. Okay, just climb and then it pulls back and it's very measurable. Unlike those go, bam, then come, bam again. Then it's like, wow, then my heart will be beating like this, like the stock, right? I like stocks like this. And you know what's the best part? They are not on news. This is the best part. They are not on news. So they are just performing as they should. they are not very sentiment driven. They are not emotionally driven stocks. Because if you look at stocks like this one, right? If you look at Tesla, this one, you ask me Tesla can buy or not. Well, based on what I see right here, okay, let you answer the question yourself. High, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Yeah, then lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then where? Where is it going? Guys, can y'all tell me where is Tesla going, up or down? Can y'all type your based on what you see here, okay? Can y'all type your answer in the chat? No direction. I think direction very clear lah. It's only going one way, right? It's only going one way, right? So does it make sense for you to be buying now? The answer is, well, you have the answer. You come to the conclusion yourself. If let's say today, this is a knife. I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to throw at you. What will you do? If this is a real knife, I take and throw at you, what will you do? You will get out of the way, right? You won't be, hey, come lah, stab me, come. Make sure hit the heart, okay? Nobody will do that, what? This is just like billions of dollars that are flowing out from this stock. And then when you want to buy it, think about this. You take few $1,000, go and, hey, can stop or not? Can stop or not? Do you think can stop? I think logic will tell you the answer already, right? You will not be able to stop it. Okay. So how to pick the bottom? I'm really lousy at picking bottom. So don't ask me that. I am better at following the trend, identifying where to be buying when there is a trend. Okay. So stocks like what I just shared with you, like Procter & Gamble, KO, etc. All these are good. Okay. So guys, are you getting tremendous value out of this sharing? Are you? Yes? If you are, can you just help me type value in caps, shout big. Okay. And I appreciate this because today I'm the last speaker and I really appreciate that still about 700 of you are still here watching this. And this is why all I want to do, okay, just to bring this value to you so that you are no longer attracted to the hot stocks. You are attracted with this framework. You are attracted to a strong stock. That's what I want for you. Okay. So let me answer some of the question. Okay. Jane is asking, can I share my Facebook link? Guys, if you want to find my Facebook, right, go and search for me. Just search for my name, Jaytun. Okay, this is my Facebook. So okay, so over here, great. So now this is the chart itself. Let me just pull it up. So over here, right, we know that technology, we know that staples, we know that industrial, these are the stocks, even Honeywell, they are going. So focus on stocks like these, okay? Focus on stocks like these, and then make use of, for example, Honeywell. Okay, Honeywell just have a fresh breakout. So what am I going to do with this stock? Am I going to chase immediately? Not so, because I know that there is a resistance over here. So this is a technical framework that I use. I use a lot of trend lines. I use a lot of support and resistance. I use a lot of pivots as well. So literally everything is in this framework itself. But unfortunately, I'm only given 1.5 hours. I cannot go into all these details over here, but just to give you an idea, right? Like, will I be getting in this immediately? The answer is no, because I know that there is an overhead resistance at R2. So will I buy knowing that, here later we're gonna one roadblock? So I may not, okay? I may want to wait for a price that is above R2 before I decide on what to do, or I see how it reacts at the R2 area first before I decide whether I want to buy or sell. Okay, so guys, clear or not? Yes? If it's clear, can you just type a yes for me? My screen like pause. Yeah, my screen never move lah, but I'm moving. Okay, so this is where, right, again, going back to the framework. Again, going back to the framework over here. So remember, we are always looking at, okay, we are always looking at first thing, where to find the stocks. Then after that, we have to put them through filter. Okay, we filter them through technical, through fundamentals. Like what I've just done, I just mentioned, like for example, Honeywell. I know that overhead, there is a resistance. Okay, there is a resistance at R2. So what do? I will then wait. Okay, wait for how R2 again. This one is pivot. So it's a study. So I will be waiting for how prices break above. Okay, how it reacts in this area before I decide, because I will not want to go in immediately. I go in immediately. There's just a little bit of gain ahead only. Okay, then calculate the size, and then you just repeat and take the trade. So this is how you can filter down. At least don't be attracted to hot stocks, be attracted to the strong stocks. Okay, guys, get it? Yes, if you understand this, can you help me type a TS2? Okay, help me type a TS2 in the chat. Okay, so guys, so far have you are you receiving good value from are you receiving good value from me today? Yes. Okay, great. So we still have about 10 minutes time. Can you let me share with you, right? You know, just now initially I mentioned I have a special offer for you. So this special offer is in conjunction with MarketWise Asia and this time's Market Insights Virtual Summit. Okay, because of the 1.5 hour session, I'm unable to really go into every step of my TS graph framework, because that would take at least one whole day. Okay, that will at least take one whole day. So this offer, right, it's what is this? If this is the link for the offer, later I will post it. Okay, and if you use this code, right, you will be given a 33% discount off the price. Okay, off the price. So what is this exactly about? This is the TPB Swing Masterclass. It is the masterclass, is the e-course that I have, and this e-course, right, encompasses what I shared with you in detail. Okay, just now I shared one of the approaches of how do you find the stocks. So moving forward, right, how do you filter? How do you use the technical filter, fundamental filter? How do you make use of the TA framework to get into the stock, to buy and sell the stock? Now, this is everything will be covered in detail in this e-course itself. So what is this e-course about? Basically, right, I came out with this e-course to target questions like, hey, what happened if the price now, like for example, Honeywell, what if I buy now? Now fresh breakout, right? Correct. And fresh breakout, I buy. Then after the next few days drop, then how? What am I going to do? Am I trading with the right size? What is it considered? What is considered as a good price to enter? Because remember just now in the framework, right? Step number 4, it is waiting. Step number 4 is to wait for the correct price to buy. And then also using the technical analysis frameworks, what you will get out of it will be, how do you tell where the potential turning points are, so that you know when to be tightening your position and when to be getting out of the position should things don't go your way. Okay, so over here, and this one, the course itself, right, it is a very rule-based strategy, meaning I eradicate as much of the discretionary factors as possible. Like just now, you can see the way I analyze all this. They take time. Okay, they take time for you to hone this kind of experience. So it is a rule-based entry strategy. Okay, it's a rule-based entry strategy and more trend following in nature, like what I've reiterated from just now, right? I don't like to go against the main flow. I like to be following, okay, getting in. Let's say the bus is going this way. I want to be getting on the bus at a safe place and still be heading in the right direction. And you can apply this to stocks of any country. But for me, right, the best results comes from applying this to US stocks, because US stocks is right now one of the strongest market in the whole equity market right now, besides China lah. But China, I'm not too optimistic about them lah. All right. So this class, right, it is 100% e-course. That means regardless of where you are in the world, you will be able to attend this. and it is 24/7 access. Once after you gain enrollment into this e-course and to the swim trading community, you will have access to it, and then you can own time, own target, get through the e-course itself. So just now I see Ng is asking how profitable for the strategy on average. So everything that I am using right for this strategy in the TPB e-course, it is all back tested. So this platform that I'm testing is Amy Broker. So this is over 10 years. This is over 10 years of backtesting data, and 167 combined together every year is about 16. Okay, the win rate over here is 71% win rate. So this is all based on the back tested strategy. Then we apply it forward, and it has been and we have been doing this for the last 2 years already on this strategy itself. So the TPB swing, right? What is this whole TPB swing about? Okay, we are breaking it down to 2 swing trade strategies. We have those that are few days kind of swing. We also have those that are few weeks kind of swing. Then Udayan is asking, is this course a lifetime access? Yes. Okay, lifetime access. So if you have a full-time job, okay, if you have a full-time job, you are already trading, you are looking for something that gives you a more consistent edge in the market, this is what the TPB swing it's looking to achieve lah. Okay, we'll be targeting to achieve. So are you going to get rich quick? No, trading is not the vehicle to get rich quick. If you want to get rich quick, this is not for you. Okay, but if you want to, okay, I'm probably already a very experienced trader. Like say for example, some of you are experienced trader. Okay, I may want to have another set of strategy to help me diversify my choices, my arsenal of selection, then this is for you. And if you're a beginner, right, don't worry, because the course itself, right, is broken down to all the different modules. Okay, the course itself is broken down to the small details as well. Okay, the different modules. So let me just give you an idea of what you will be looking at over here. So this one is the e-course itself, is on my website. This, after you gain access to it, this is what you will see. You have the entry. We can start with trading 101 and the technical analysis framework. How do I identify the key levels using the whole framework? And then of course there are practical time as well. Then how to build a power watch list, how do we use the strategy. So all the files that you require are within there as well. Okay, they are embedded within the course itself. All this will be yours lifetime. Okay, there is no subscription, there is no nothing. That means once you gain access to it, for me, let me just be very honest. Okay, you want to get into community, you want to expedite your learning journey, then this is just a small fee for you to get in. I'm not like those very commercialized educators where I keep upselling you things. This is not my style. Okay, my students can attest to this, because to me, I'm going to put it very bluntly, this is just a side income for me. All right, so size the position trade. How do you do proper sizing? How do you use the trading plan template that I prepared for you so that you can key in everything nicely using FA, and then how do you take action? Okay, so this is what you are getting yourself into through this e-course. So this e-course itself, you all broken down into 7 modules, 21 lessons. And here is what you get when you sign up. Every single week, we will have a trade alert that will be sent out to you via the graduates Facebook group. We have a Telegram channel, for a community Telegram channel for you. And on the Facebook group, right, there will be regular Facebook live session whereby I break down the market. I will walk you through the market and everything is in this graduates Facebook group. So is this lifetime? Yes. Then this trading plan template will be included as well as part of the course, so that it helps you to plan out the trade, knowing where to buy, where to sell, and how much to buy and how much to sell. All right. And in conjunction, right, with Market Insights Virtual Summit, I'm also going to throw in a bonus 2 live session. Okay, so guys, do you think it will be good if I trade live together with you? If you think it's good, can you just help me type good in the chat? Okay, so there will be two live sessions where I will and the live sessions, the dates are here, 7th of April, 13th of April. Should you miss it, it is recorded, don't worry, and you can always come back for the next round. Just like people who missed it previously, then I'll ask them to join this one. So what we're gonna do in this live session, right? It's not just, hey, I give you the e-course, you go and see yourself lah. It's also about looking at the real life trade planning. How do I make use of things that were covered in the e-course and put them into action? And then I will execute the trade together with you. Okay. Obviously, I will use my live account. For you, my suggestion is at least you use a demo account. Okay. You use a demo account first. And then you can ask me any of the questions that literally, any questions you can just answer. You can just ask me in the live trading session. I think this is where the true value is in the live trading lah. After that lah, okay, it's not just about the e-course. Okay, and usage of CFD, yes, I don't use options in this course pertaining to this course. Stocks, yes. Yeah, the trading, right? The trading is not like you have to stay up all night. Okay, it's not like you have to stay up all night. And this is where the live session will be from 8 p.m. Okay, will be from 8 p.m. before the market open. Then we will plan and execute the trade when the market opens at 9:30. Then yeah, you will see all this happening. So it doesn't require you to stay up overnight lah. Okay, so if you are also wondering, right, like, AJ, this one is the first time I hear of you lah. What are some of the other students are saying? So these are the early attendees of this e-course. You can see even the mom applied. The mom sat through the e-course and all that. So these are some of the results, but I would rather show you something that is more current. So I do have this trade discussion group. So this one is a public group over here. In this public group, I have about 2.7K members. In here, if you go and look at the testimonials, these are some of the results of my students lah. Okay, some of the results of my students. This is Ben. Then Jerome is a very young dude. He's only 27 years old. He's damn good, I tell you. At 27 years old, I don't know what am I doing. Then yeah, Ben. So all these are here lah. Okay, all these are over here. Even Ingshin using TPB trade for DE, and yeah, this is his results, which yeah lor. I mean, it is a community that is an ongoing one. So this is the public group. The graduates group that you will be getting will be in here as well. So you can see students will also share other things like crypto. Then every week we will send out the list lah. Like for example, this is it? Yeah, this is this week lah. So this week we will be looking at these candidates. So everything we will be sending out in the group itself lor. So this is what you are getting yourself into lah. Okay, so am I a scam? Well, I obviously people asked this question before. So on Seedly, right? I saw this and I was like, what? Seriously? He came across. So this question, this guy lah, Heng lah, he asked the question. Then Ryzen will reply, I understand that, most of people will be cynical. Fine, it's okay. Skeptical, fine. And he said, I sounded scammy. I'm like, really? Wow, so sad. You don't even know me. You don't even attend my course before. If you attend, you give me a bad review, I take it. Okay, I take it because you paid for it. You attended. You find it's not good enough. I take it, and I will look to I will have an answer to that. But hey, you totally don't have then based on opinion. Hey, I don't like him. Wow, then how? Then nothing I can do lah. So what happened is I posted this, and then Heng himself in my Facebook. Then he say I posted the question in hopes that blah blah blah. And then he never looked back since. Okay, so yeah, just go and do my research. Just go and do your research. So how much does it cost you? Obviously, like I said, it's just a side income for me. It's not going to cost you an arm or a leg. I'm not going to charge you thousands. That's crazy, right? So this is how much is it going to cost you when you enroll today. So with the conjunction of the promo price, okay, if you use this promo code, please remember to key in this promo code. Here is the URL. I think Alex will help me post.
Yes, I will post the link in the chat box. I'm posting now already.
Yes, and here's the QR code. Please do me a favor. Don't use your Trace Together or your SingPass to scan this QR code. It will not work. Okay, this is not a place to check in. You use a normal QR code scanner. It brings you to the checkout page. So all this lifetime, one-time cost, swing trading masterclass, weekly trade list, the Facebook live webinar, everything posted to your Facebook group, community Telegram channel, the indicators, which is the value zone indicator, now have a version 2 coming up, and templates. All these are given to you. Okay, I don't charge subscription, right? So like I said, it is a very affordable price, and just something that if you want to tap into my brain and my experience, I think this price is fair, okay? I'm not overcharging. I know what value can I deliver. Okay, so guys, do take advantage of this, and I will see you in the live trading sessions after that, because you will be receiving emails from me. Okay, thank you, Chok. So that you say, what I said so far makes sense. Don't let people judge me. But hey, sometimes people they can just poke you for no whatever reason lah. So just bo pian lor.
I think someone say code is not working. I tried. Okay, so you guys need to apply the code. Don't just key in the code and never click apply on the code. So
yeah,
please remember to apply the code. All right.
So over here, right, you see MIVS 0321, right? You just all small. Okay, all small. You see the price is 599. Once you click apply the code, right, then it will bring it to 397. Okay, then yeah, I just applied it in front of you, so it's working. Make sure it's all small. Yeah, just make sure the price is 397 before you check out. Okay, then you key in the details, submit your payment. Immediately you receive email from my server itself. Then you have access to the course already. Okay, so this is remember to apply. Please remember. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay. Appreciate your time on for the session. I think it was something that we all found quite valuable. I think if you have any issues for our audience members with signing up, just can send a message in the chat. Alex and I will be there to kind of help you troubleshoot if you're facing any problems. But once again, thank you so much, Jay, for your time.
So am I right to say that Jay is the stock guru? Are you guys learning a lot from him today or not? I didn't bluff you, right? So you guys learning a lot from just this 1.5 hour of sharing. So if you think Jay is the stock guru, right, just type the word guru in the chat box.
Don't sabo you.
Right, it's good, right? It's good, right? So I also learned a lot from him. I'm also a trader myself, so we always discuss things, and he also share good stuff with me. And remember, I say this is not a few $1,000s cost, So this is just $599, and $599 I think it's already very worth the money already. And he's even giving more discount on top of this thing, right? So please go ahead and just get this course. It's just only $397, right? As I mentioned in the previous session, like 300 plus is just like a staycation for one night only, right? If you're using a Singapore discount voucher, it's just like one night, that's it, and you can't earn anything from this staycation. And Jay is helping you to learn a lifelong skill with just less than $400, and you are able to swing trade the stocks, make some profits out there in the market. It's a really a skill set that you can be with you for a long time. All right. So let me just post the link again in the comments in case the chat is flooded with the comments. All right, one more time. So I think there was some question on your course. Let me take a look. I can't see also already here. Let me see.
Chat comes to.
What I think there were a few questions on like your advice on your CFD account. What is the platform that you use? Do you provide live result and all this? Right? Do you buy and sell during the live trade session? You want to address some of this question, Jay?
Do I buy and sell during the live trade session? Yes. The last round, the live trade session, two trades that we're taking. Number one is the ticker symbol is HP. The second one is 3M. So those are the live trading session was on 1st of February. That was the last one. So these are the two stocks. You can go and look at the results, HP and 3M. They are there. I traded live. I key in the order live in front of all the attendees. So do I trade live? Yes. Not a demo account, my own live account. Okay. So I do that. And which platform do you use and all that? For me, I have no preference, but if you do not have a CFD account, then obviously embedded inside the e-course, I will have my introduction, or rather my recommendation to somebody whom I know. Okay, so I'm not I'm not showing preference for any broker. You can trade with whatever broker that you choose, as long as you have the right instrument. Okay, so is there a support group? Yes. Facebook group, students Facebook group, all the instruction on how to get in the Facebook group, you will receive it once in the welcome email as well. Because once you enroll yourself into the course, you will receive the welcome email from my back end. So you, from the server there, from the email, you just follow the steps lah. So Telegram group, that one is the Telegram channel. Okay, the Facebook group is the one that is the true value for the student support for this TVB community. All right.
So he
So
said that, does your training provide guidance when to exit the? Of course, once you're inside the course, he can't just tell you where to enter and don't tell you where to exit, right? So you definitely share with you where to take profit and all this stuff, all right?
Yes. Yes. So that will be inside embedded within the strategy itself.
All right. So once again, I encourage you guys to join his class, his course. All right. So let me just repost the link again, just in case got flooded again. All right. So thank you, Jay, for your sharing today. I'm very sure we have about 500 plus people in the group. All right. So they learned a lot from me today. Thank you for wonderful sharing. All right. So back to you, Jeremiah.
Thank
you so much, Alex. And once again, thank you so much, Jay. I think like Alex have mentioned, Jay have mentioned, if you guys truly want to extract value, this would be a great opportunity. For the rest of us that are still on the stream, we have come to the end of day one for the Market Insights Virtual Summit. We still have a very jam-packed day happening tomorrow, featuring speakers like Kathy Lian. We have Terence as well, and Binny Ong, and Roger Montgomery as well. So a lot of different sessions with covering different topics. If you guys want to find out more about tomorrow's program, you can always head down to our website and you just click on the program and you'll be able to find out exactly what's happening tomorrow. If not, this is all for day one. Thank you so much for coming down and being with us for all of the sessions today. I hope it was really value adding to you, and we'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's session. Alex,
just to add, okay, so for all the sessions today and for tomorrow, they will be recorded. So I will send the replays maybe on Monday or Sunday night, because I need time to process all these huge videos. All these huge videos are very big file size. Okay, I need time to process it, but be assured that there'll be recordings. And yeah, so for tomorrow's session, right, it's just the same like today. Keep a lookout in your email inbox, the inside email inbox. So I would send the schedule in the morning at 8 a.m. You should receive all the links at 8 a.m. So if they are inside your spam folder, remember to place it in your main inbox, right? Or help us to report it's not spam, so that you can receive all the access links and everything. And before every session, about 1 hour before the talk, I will send you a reminder email to let you to know how to have the access links as well. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So just a recap, there will be recording. All right, don't worry about that. All right, there will be a reminder email to tell you where to access all the classes, the webinar tomorrow. So do keep a lookout in your email inbox. Okay, and that's all for today. All right, anything to add, Jeremiah or Jay?
Nope, that's all.
All good to go. Thank you so much once again, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, that's all for today. I will see you guys and Jeremiah tomorrow again. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.